My child, I need your attention because there is something you need to understand once and for all. You are important. You may not see it now. You may even question the meaning of your existence. But your life has a much greater purpose than you imagine. I created you with a purpose, and your presence in this world is not an accident. Think about a skilled artist crafting a masterpiece. Every brushstroke is intentional, every detail carefully placed to bring the painting to life. That is how I formed you. I designed every detail of your being, placed a special calling within you, and set you in this world with a plan. Have you ever felt like your life was random, like you were just another face in the crowd? If so, let me tell you the truth. You were never an accident. You were intentionally created, intricately designed, and deeply loved. It does not matter what others have said about you. It does not matter the lies the enemy has tried to whisper into your ears. The truth is that I formed you with my own hands. You are not a mistake. You are not a product of chance. You are mine. Every step you take, every word, every gesture has an impact far beyond what your eyes can see. You have influenced lives without even realizing it. Think back. Has there ever been a moment when someone's simple kindness changed your entire day? Maybe it was just a warm smile from a stranger or a friend who reached out at just the right time. Small things can change a life, and the same is true for you. You have touched people's lives in ways you may never fully understand. People who have crossed your path have been affected by your presence, even if you never noticed. Your journey has a purpose, and I'm guiding, shaping and equipping you to be an instrument of my love. I know that sometimes you look within yourself and only see weaknesses, failures and limitations, but is a clay jar less valuable because it has cracks? No, because through those very cracks light can shine. It is not about your strength, it is about what I do through you. Even in your imperfections I can manifest my glory. Even when you feel weak, I'm your strength. Even when you feel lost, I am the one who lights your way. Today, I want to open your eyes to something even deeper. You are not here just to exist. You are here to be a beacon of hope in the midst of the darkness of this world. Have you ever looked around and noticed how much pain surrounds you? There are people walking through the valley of suffering, feeling alone and forgotten. Some are so wounded that they have stopped believing a different future is possible. They need a sign, a word, a touch of love. And that is where you come in. You don't need grand gestures or spectacular miracles. Many times just being present, listening without judgment and showing compassion is enough to transform a destiny. A word of encouragement can keep someone from giving up. A smile can brighten a day clouded by sadness. A hug can be the silent answer for a soul crying in secret. Have you ever experienced a moment when a small act of kindness gave you the strength to keep going? Maybe you don't remember, but I do. And now I want to use you to do the same for others. Remember Elijah, who after a great victory fled to the desert feeling alone and exhausted. He wanted to give up. But in his greatest weakness, I reached him. I was not in the strong wind. I was not in the earthquake. I was not in the fire. But I was in the gentle breeze, and that is also your role. You can be that breeze that brings relief to a weary soul. You do not need a crowd to make a difference. Sometimes it takes just one person, one encounter, one moment. I know that many times you have felt alone. I know you have questioned your importance, looked at your life and wondered, do I really make a difference? And I tell you, yes, you do. I see every tear that has fallen in silence. I hear every prayer you have made without answers. I know every time you chose to love without receiving love in return. Do you feel like no one notices what you do? That your words are ignored? That your efforts are forgotten? I tell you, nothing has been in vain. Every moment of your life has meaning. Every battle you face is shaping you for a much greater purpose. The enemy tries to whisper lies, telling you that you're not enough, but those are just shadows trying to hide the truth. I chose you, I love you, I have a plan for you, and that plan involves bringing light to those still in darkness. This world is full of voices of fear, doubt, and despair. Many are trapped in invisible chains. They believe they will never be free, that they will never find a new beginning. But the truth is, hope still exists, and you can be a channel for it. Remember Paul and Silas in prison. They were beaten, humiliated, and chained. But instead of surrendering to despair, they chose to praise, and their worship broke chains, not just their own, but those of all the prisoners around them. Your life is the same. When you choose to love, to forgive, to encourage, even in the midst of your own difficulties, you not only strengthen yourself, but you also free those around you. Do not think your impact is small. Many times you will not see the immediate fruits of your actions, but every act of love resonates for eternity. I created you to be an instrument of transformation. You are not here just to survive, but to leave a mark. The love you give today may be the answer to someone's silent prayer. When you extend your hand to those in need, when you show compassion to those who go unnoticed, when you choose forgiveness instead of resentment, you are manifesting my love in the world. And my love has the power to heal, restore, and set free. You do not need to wait for the right moment to act. The time is now. There is someone around you who needs a word from you. Will you answer the call? Maybe it's a friend hiding their pain behind a smile. Maybe it's a stranger crossing your path. Maybe it's someone you have already considered lost. Do not ignore the signs. Listen to my voice and act. Be light. Be hope. Be the answer someone is waiting for. My child, I know there are moments when you pray and hear nothing. You wonder, are you listening, Lord? Do you see me? You question if I am still near because the answer has not yet come. But listen to me. I am never silent. Even when you do not hear my voice, I am speaking through my word, through my presence, through the very breath that fills your lungs. Remember Job? He cried out for answers, yet for a time I did not respond. But I had not abandoned him. I was working in the unseen, preparing to restore more than he lost. Remember my son Jesus? In his greatest agony, he cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Yet in that silence, salvation was unfolding. Just because you do not see me moving does not mean I'm not working. Trust me, the answer is coming. I see how you compare yourself to others. You look at their achievements, their progress, their lives, and you feel as if you are running behind. But who told you that you are late? I do not measure time the way the world does. My plans are not dictated by human schedules. Look at Moses. He was 80 years old when I called him. Look at Abraham. He waited 25 years for my promise to come to pass. Look at my son. He spent 30 years preparing for a 3-year ministry that changed eternity. Do you really think I've forgotten you? Do you believe I would bring you this far only to leave you? You are exactly where I need you to be. Trust my timing. I am never late. I see you struggling with doubt. One day you feel strong in faith, and the next you feel weak and unworthy. But listen to me, your feelings do not define your faith. Elijah was a mighty prophet, yet in one moment of fear, he ran and begged to die. Did that make him weak? No, it made him human, and in his lowest moment I met him, not in the fire, not in the earthquake, but in a gentle whisper. I do not love you based on how strong you feel. Even when you feel distant, I am near. Even when you feel unworthy, I call you my own. Even when you feel lost, I am guiding you. Do not let your emotions dictate your faith. Let my truth be your anchor. My child, I see the storm you are facing. I see the waves crashing, the wind roaring, and the fear rising in your heart. You wonder, will I survive this? Will this ever end? But listen, the storm does not have the final word. I do. When my disciples were caught in the storm, they thought they would perish. But I was in the boat with them, and at the right moment I spoke, "Peace, be still." And the storm obeyed. I am in the boat with you. The winds will cease. The rain will stop. The sun will rise again. Hold on, the storm is temporary, but my presence is eternal. My beloved child, why do you strive so hard to prove yourself? Why do you think you must earn my love? Do you not know that I have already called you mine? Before you did anything right or wrong, before you succeeded or failed, I chose you. Look at the prodigal son. He squandered everything, yet when he returned, did his father reject him? No, he ran to him, embraced him, and restored him. That is how I love you. You do not have to earn my affection. You do not have to prove your worth. You're already loved. You're already chosen. You are already mine. I know there are moments when you feel like your best days are behind you. You hear the voice of disappointment whisper, "It's too late. You missed your chance." But that is a lie. I am not done with you. Think of Caleb. At 85 years old, he said, "Give me this mountain." He still had battles to fight and victories to claim. Think of Peter. He denied me 3 times, yet I restored him and made him a pillar of my church. Do you really believe I would bring you this far just to leave you? Your story is not over. The best is yet to come. My beloved child, hear me now. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. I am with you. I am for you. I have a plan for you. The time to rise is now. Walk in faith, live in hope, love without fear, and never forget this is only the beginning. Do not despise the season of small beginnings. Remember how Gideon, hiding in fear, was called a mighty warrior. I saw more in him than he saw in himself. Even with his hesitation, he stepped out in obedience, and I used him to deliver Israel. The widow with her handful of flour trusted me, and it never ran out. Your faithfulness in small things will lay the foundation for greater things. Keep trusting even when it seems insignificant, for I will use it for something far beyond what you can see. You may feel weak, but remember that my Spirit is in you. Peter, once impulsive and fearful, stood boldly before thousands after being filled with my Spirit. The same power that parted the Red Sea and raised Jesus from the dead is alive in you. Rely not on your strength, but on the Spirit within you. When you feel dry, I will fill you with living water. When you are afraid, I will embolden you. You can walk in the power I've given you. Your wounds will not be wasted. Joseph's betrayal and suffering positioned him to save nations. Even when he was sold into slavery, I was with him. Paul's thorn, which he begged for relief from, became a vessel for my grace and glory. My son bore scars, and through those wounds salvation came. Like them, your struggles will shape you into the person I have called you to be, and one day they will become part of a testimony to my faithfulness and redemption. Please subscribe to receive more of my truth and turn on notifications so you never miss what I have to say to you.